Hello, welcome to Art Bytes from the Marianna Kistler Beach Museum of Art. My name is Kim Richards, and today I'd like to share with you this watercolor entitled Springtime, painted by Charles Leroy Marshall Sr. in 1958. Let me introduce you to Charles Marshall. He was born in Atchison, Kansas in 1905, and after high school, attended Kansas State Agricultural College, which is now Kansas State University, to study architecture. While there, he also learned to watercolor from John Helm, who was an instructor of drawing and painting at the time. Upon receiving his bachelor's and professional degree in architecture, he took jobs in Nebraska, New York, and Washington, D.C. While in D.C., he studied at the Corcoran School of Art. Eventually, Marshall found his way back to Kansas, and in 1935, accepted the position of assistant state architect for the state of Kansas, and then moved into the state architect position. While during his term as state architect, he oversaw the projects of the painting of the murals in the state capitol building by John Stewart Curry and David Overmeyer. He was also in charge of several construction projects of buildings throughout the state, one being Ahern Fieldhouse on the Kansas State University campus. Marshall liked to draw and paint daily. He carried a sketchbook and a pen and pencil with him wherever he went and would be inspired by just about anything. People, flowers, landscapes, buildings. He would stop and make sketches, and later they might turn into his watercolor paintings. He had a goal to paint one watercolor every day, and he was rather prolific. These are some examples of his early work from the 30s through the 60s. Marshall painted for about covering 8 decades. And you can see the variety of subject matter, the flowers, the landscapes, buildings, and through the 50s and 60s, some abstract work. I think I'd like to take a moment to think about the style of Marshall here. He has these loose, sketchy lines that you'll see throughout his pieces, some great movement, lots of color. Oftentimes he'll use a lot of detail. Sometimes the things are a little bit more abstract. They're hinted at just a little bit. Marshall was a great lifetime supporter of arts throughout the state and enjoyed participating in many of the guild and art associations. As we look at Springtime one more time, I'd like you to think about those characteristics of his, the lines, the color, the scenery, or looking at a landscape, and think about how Marshall used all of those things to create a bright, colorful splash of spring. I hope you've enjoyed looking at Springtime by Charles Leroy Marshall Sr. And come back again and join us for another Art Byte. Thank you.